Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic, and they're getting AD, and now Luka Doncic is going to the Lakers.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom of the video. And we're just gonna hop right into it. So, I think I haven't done an NBA video in a while, but this is probably the biggest shit off the court, technically off the court story all year. So, at approximately, I would say about 1, 2 a.m. this morning on that Kawhi shit. Let me pull up the exact details for y'all before I get into it. Hold on. So, a 3-team deal between the Los Angeles Lakers, Dallas Mavericks, and Utah Jazz. The Los Angeles Lakers receive Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris, while the Mavericks receive Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and the 2029 LA first. And the Jazz get Jalen Hood-Schifino, 2025 Clippers second, and 2025 Mavericks second. Woo! Boy, where the fuck do you even start at with this? Well, let's start with where the fuck did this come from? Hey, for real. So, obviously, like I'm saying, it's hard to start. Like, I got some notes on this, but you really just don't know where to start with this. Like, it was really a big shocker. So, Nico Harris is the Dallas Mavericks GM, has came out and said that nobody really knew till it happened. It was already agreed upon.
We kept it between us. We had to keep it tight. J Kidd didn't know about it, but J Kidd and I are aligned, and we talk about archetypes, and we talk about the culture that we want to create. So I know the type of players that he likes without actually talking to him. Hey, would you like, so I know that. And J Kidd coached them when they won a championship. So I think when you're aligned with your coach like that, I know the type of players that he likes. And so I felt good about it making sense to where we're trying to go.
Nah, I disagree with that. I feel like he's lying. I feel like maybe not. Obviously not a lot of people knew, because if it was a source, this shit would have been hot press even before it came, because this was wild. But I think it had to be a lie, because one, the reasoning for trading Luka is said they grew tired with his conditioning and things of that sort, which is why the reason I think Jason Kidd, that's also a Jason Kidd decision, because you gotta think Jason Kidd came from that hard-nosed era of basketball. Jason Kidd, when exactly Jason Kidd was on the Nets first, but when exactly did Jason Kidd get drafted? See, exactly, he got drafted in '94. So Jason Kidd played in that hard-nosed era of basketball where I'm not going to say, because it sounds crazy, they don't take it more serious than niggas our age do. They just go about it a little more, I guess, different. They go about it a little different, and they don't like the way young niggas go about it. So I think part of that was Jason Kidd and Nico Harris being very hard-nosed on that and not liking that, which I think is going to bite them in the ass, because we're seeing shit like this with Pat Riley. When you get, I ain't gonna say they see now, because they not as old as Pat Riley, but when you get old and stuck in your ways and you don't adapt, the shit don't really work out well for you, as we seen with a bunch of sports figures who just struggle to adapt. So, I also think that Luka definitely knew, because if y'all didn't know, they only talked to the Lakers. They did not shop Luka Doncic. They only talked to the Lakers, and for them to. For it to be the Lakers, and it like not you don't have a special relationship with somebody over there, it's got to be that Luka told y'all, hey, when it's time, when I'm a unrestricted free agent, I'm going to LA, because why else? I know they could have got a better package, so it wasn't about the best package, but you feel like if you let him walk unrestricted, you get nothing, but this way you get something. So it kind of feel like what Anthony Davis did to the Pelicans years ago. Like, told him, nigga, when I leave, I'm going to the Lakers, so you might as well trade me so you get something out of it. And that's why I just don't believe Luka had nothing to do with this. Now, why LA for Luka? Obviously, Obviously, big market. One of two biggest markets. Um, Clearly a franchise, the biggest franchise, not the big, well, one of two biggest franchises. Both of the big franchises are decent at this moment. So that's one thing. It has always been rumblings that there was a Luka LeBron connection, which is very interesting because I feel like their play styles are very similar. So it's going to be I feel like now if this was a damn younger LeBron, this probably would have been a championship team because LeBron playing off of Luka, like off ball Luka, just sounds nuts. Even though LeBron has to play point guard too, but I feel like LeBron would be more effective off the ball than Luka would be. Anyway, it has been rumbles of connection because y'all remember back then Kyrie was trying to get LeBron to um he was trying to get LeBron to Dallas because there was already a connection with it, and obviously that would make a team. But LeBron told him to come to LA, and that's not Kyrie ain't ever come to LA, but shit, Luka did. So yeah, Luka, and as well as JJ Redick is the head coach of the Lakers. So Luka was a teammate of JJ Redick before, like a little before he retired. I think the Mavericks might have been the last team JJ played on, but he was a teammate a little bit before. So, and if you watch, you remember JJ before JJ became head coach of the Lakers, and he was doing his media thing. If you watch their interviews, the multiple interviews he has with Luka, you can tell that they're very fond of each other. They just have a great relationship. So him going to want to play for JJ makes a lot of sense. Now, one thing for Luka, what does Luka look like after dealing with Bron? 'Cause obviously, Bron is very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's very not strategic, I guess is the word I'm looking for when it comes to taking care of his body, being in shape, and things of that sort. So you kind of, it's going to be probably a little bit of a difference in Luka. Probably will help him in this condition and shape they were mad about, but it probably will end up, you know, being the best thing for Luka. He gets it. Well, he already had his own franchise because he's a top 3 player in the world. Let's be for real, but just your face being on attached to the Lakers just drives you so many economic opportunities and just makes you it's just gonna make him probably the biggest thing walking in basketball, at least for a little bit of time period. So hell of a business decision for Luka too. But I think his growth as a basketball player and just a leader of men is going to be affected by Bron. So I think that's real good. Now, I do think this is also a kind of a kindred to Bron retiring. I don't think Bron. It's not a lot for Bron to accomplish on the court. Obviously, he loves the game and he probably will like to keep playing. But it's just not a lot more for him to accomplish. His son got to play in the NBA. This wasn't exactly a championship roster before the trade. It was decent, but we don't know if it was a championship roster. So maybe mentoring somebody and into being their best version of themselves, and helping him eventually win a ring. Maybe not with him, but being in the background. Maybe this is something LeBron wanted to do, which I can definitely see from the type of nigga he is. This maybe some. But I also feel like this is them telling the Lakers front office like in a couple of years, like maybe even no, I don't think this year, but next year or the year after that, it's over. It's over. It's just not much for him to do. So I understand his thinking with that. Um, what makes them into a championship team? Um, I actually don't think they're as bad off as some people are like acting like they're bad off. Obviously, you bring a player like Luka to this big ass market with a history of you expect him to win championships, so you got to give him a team to win championships. Now, how the team is constructed, I actually don't think they're as bad off as some people trying to say. It's just a backcourt. It's just a center. They don't have a 5. They don't have no type of reputation. Anthony Davis was playing the 5, and Anthony Davis expressed he didn't want to play the 5 no more. So, and they hadn't done anything to help him with that. I mean, Jackson Hayes is their starting center, and Christian Colocu now is their backup big. I'm not saying nothing about Christian Colocu. He's young, so I believe he can develop. But we know what the hell Jackson Hayes is as a player. So that's not enough for a championship team. Now, but as far as Luka, Bron, at least as long as Bron wants to play. They do have key. They still got Reeves. They still have key defensive players when they have Dorian Finney-Smith and Jerry Vanderbilt. They still have Rui. They still have a couple decent. Still have a decent team. Now that's not a championship roster, but what they really just need, I feel like they were missing. I feel like with Bron and AD on the team together, they were missing like scoring. So obviously with Luka, it's no shortage of buckets coming. Luka is a elite offensive engine. So you're getting, but like the offense should not be the issue. Now it's the defense and building a team. So first thing would be getting Luka a big man, which I think will be easier now that you have Luka. Because if you've seen Luka, all the big man Luka's played with Luka, you know how he plays, but he made big men better. Big men would like to play basketball with Luka, so I can see that not being an issue. Getting a big man to LA, they got Rui, Dore, Jared. They probably want a wing who could do a little bit more offensively, cause Dorian Finney-Smith and Vando are definitely defensive players. Rui can do a little bit offensively, but it's nothing crazy. So they probably do want a wing who do a little bit more offensively. But I really don't think they that many players away as people think. So we gonna see. With that part of it. That's on Pelinka. Now I feel like this was also for Pelinka's job security. Now Pelinka, it was a little sketchy at first because since their championship season, they blew it up. I mean, some injuries kind of added to that, but he didn't also build the best rosters. So I feel like they might, think I don't know. I ain't. I feel like niggas was looking at Pelinka funny a little bit. So I feel like this, at least for the next 4 to 5 seasons, has secured Pelinka's job security because you're going to be competitive with Luka Doncic on your team. So, but it's more about winning than just being competitive because they've been competitive all 5 years. Well, Brown's been in LA 7 years now, but all 5 years since they got Anthony Davis, they've been competitive. They just not championship roster. So I don't know. I think he saved the job. Now, as far as returns, I think the Lakers won this trade by a margin. Obviously this is not a win now decision, but for them to only have given up Anthony Davis, well, they gave Anthony Davis for Luka, but you got the better player in return. Max Christie, which is, I'm not saying Matt Christie is bad, but he's a very young player. They can develop him and he become much. But do you think Anthony Davis and Max Christie and the first round pick was enough? Like you would for seeing what stars, the going rate for stars previously, you don't think that was enough? And also going back to my theory that Luka was like told him he was going to LA, you don't if your hand is forced like that, you kind of like. You can also force the Lakers' hand as well because it's like, nigga, you want Luka, nigga. There's no way you don't want Luka. So I need everything you got for Luka. So that's why that's why I'm a little confused on the returns. But hey, can't go back and untrade a nigga. Now I've been really just talking about Luka and the Lakers side of things. I'm gonna get into the Mavericks side of things. Now, how good are the Mavs? I'm very unsure. This is still a great roster. Let's be for real. Obviously, you go from having a top 3 player to probably a top 6 to 12 player in the world, which it's not crazy. But I always had a thing. I feel like you just can't win a championship without a top 5 player. If you're gonna have that top 6, 12 player, you need to have a phenomenal roster outside of him. And now I think what I think is crazy is if they were worried about his I guess kid and then want a defensive identity, which now they do have it, but now I really worry about. I ain't gonna say I worry about their offense, but I'm a little concerned about their offense. Obviously, the team, like I said, the team is still great because you go Kyrie, probably move Kyrie back to the 1. Kyrie, who the fuck else is on that motherfucking team? Damn, who started on that team? Obviously the big man, but obviously you're gonna have AD and Lively or Gafford 4 or 5. I'm talking about the 2-3 is what's on, yo. Hold on, let me figure out who plays 2-3 for that team. Dan Whitty. Oh, I forgot. Damn, I forgot Clay was on that team. Then with it, Clay. I mean, that's offense. But if you're like, oh yeah, we're a defensive team. Yo 1 through 3 is not good. They rim protection is gonna be phenomenal, but I think like as far as ball pressure and defending the point of attack, no, they don't they need somebody to defend the point of attack. That's a little nasty. Um, Now they offense should be good. The offense gonna be good, but I just don't know if they got. I don't know. To me, I'm gonna have to watch them play, but to me, at the moment, this is not a championship level roster. This really set them back, so I don't really know what Nico Harris' plan was for the win now, besides him just thinking he was gonna lose Luka for nothing soon, and he couldn't do that. So, um, as far like I said, all right, damn, I went through my points fast as hell. Now I basically get into the Nico Harris thing of this. Now is Nico Harris stupid or a genius? I think it's yet to be seen. Honestly, I really think it is yet to be seen if Nico Harris is stupid or or a genius. Um, Nico Harris, like I said, it's really yet to be seen. Like I said, it really depends on how the Mavs come out. Cause I think Luka had to have forced his hand for him to just make this deal when he did it. Because why not wait? At least wait out the year. Like wait till the offseason. So I think Luke, and I'm not understanding. I think I might just be leaning towards he's stupid, cause I'm just not understanding all the thinking around this. Why right now? Um, if they're saying if it's about the conditioning, yeah, but yeah, I mean, Luka gonna be who it is. But I always felt like some teams are a little too concerned about this shit, like taking the beer out the man hand and all that. Some teams are a little too concerned about it. When the nigga is a top 3 player in the world, and yes, yes, y'all went to the finals last year. Y'all did end up losing, but y'all lost one because who the hell is beating the Celtics? Let's be for real. When all 5 of them niggas is healthy and clear, they have a god squad. Let's be for real. They have a god squad with a top 5 player in Jason Tatum. Who's beating them? 2, yes, y'all looked bad on defense, but y'all made the issue a little tight worse. You feel me? Like y'all rim protection. No, nobody's gonna be ever just like if they meet y'all at the basket. No, it's gonna be hard, but it's not gonna be hard to get by the niggas getting to the basket. Y'all have the same issue y'all had, and that was a point of attack defense. Y'all still have that issue. Y'all don't have nobody to guard the point of attack. Anthony Davis or not. Anthony Davis behind y'all not. He not finna get down low and guard the whole game. He'll switch on to one, but yeah, nigga, that's not. Yeah, y'all don't think. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the Lakers won. They low key fleeced them, but we always look at trades different in hindsight. So, a very interesting trade. We're gonna see how it goes. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, on the video, and we out.